Welcome everyone, this is Shadi Abu Yusuf and a new episode of Classroom Management, and today we'll be talking about instructions. So let's see today's question. How should we give instructions? And I'd say instructions are very, very important in the English classroom, and it is enough to say that English teachers are sometimes called instructors. Why instructors? Because they give instructions. So if you are an instructor who is unable to give clear instructions, that's a big problem, right? Okay, so now let's talk about how we should give good instructions. And let's go step by step here. So we would say, number one, you need to make sure that you grab your students' attention. Okay, right. Number two, you need to make sure that you test your material. And number three, you need to follow the rule of KISS. And number four, you need to use good ICQs. And number five, you need to make sure that you give instructions before handouts. And last one, you need to demonstrate. Okay, and we're going to talk about these 6 points that are related to instructions in today's episode. So let's go one by one. So, talking about point number one, which is attention grabbing. And why do we say you have to grab your students' attention before you give instructions? It is because if you give instructions while the students are busy speaking together, or maybe doing an activity and they haven't finished it yet, while they're giving your instruction, they're not paying attention. And if they're not paying attention, you're wasting your time, because once you finish your instructions, students will start asking you again about how to solve and how to answer this question. So it's just a wasted time. So make sure that the students are looking at you, and make sure that the seating, okay, is suitable for the plenary, because again you're going to give instructions to everyone, so make sure that the students are looking at you and not busy doing something else. So step number one, grab your students' attention. Right, now what about step number two? Chesting. And what do we mean by chesting? Chesting your material. And chesting, it comes from, that's your chest, right? And in order to chest your material, you need to hold your material this way, right? So that way. So students need to be looking at the material while you're giving instructions. So you might say, okay, everybody, let's go to question number one. And as you see here, I've got those 3 pictures. That's how you should do, or that's what you should do in the classroom, right? Okay, but some teachers, they hold the course book this way while giving instructions. Okay, everybody, as you see, we've got 3 pictures here. What pictures are you talking about? Nobody can see anything. It's just you. You see everything, but students can't see anything. They can't see what you're talking about. So please, chest your material and point, okay, at the questions you want to clarify or you want to give instructions for. Right, so let's put this aside. So again, so we said, number one, attention grabbing. Number two, chesting your material. And let's move to number 3, the rule of KISS. And what do we mean by the rule of KISS? It's actually, KISS as an abbreviation stands for keep instructions short and simple. So again, one more time, keep instructions short and simple. So again, you do not need to complicate things when you're giving instructions for students, okay? And again, and this applies to all levels. Instructions need to be clear and they need to be direct, they need to be short, they shouldn't be wordy. Like you say, okay, everybody, let's go to page 5 As you see, you've got here a matching question. So I want you to match the points in this column to the points in the other column. That's it. So you wouldn't say something like, oh, I would be really grateful if you could match. I mean, why would you say something like that? Keep things simple. Don't use complicated structures while giving instructions to your students. Keep your vocabulary simple. Instead of saying, so I would like everyone in the classroom to go to page 9. Why? Go to page 9 or page 9. So don't waste your time complicating things and using a lot of talk while giving instructions, right? Good. And again, so step number 1, grab your students' attention. Step number 2, chest your material. Step number 3, use the rule of KISS. Okay? Right. And step number 4, use ICQs. And the question is, what does the abbreviation ICQ stand for? It actually stands for Instruction Checking Questions. One more time. Instruction Checking Question. Because again, as instructors and as teachers, we don't just give instructions and that's it. You have to check whether your students got your instructions or not. You have to check whether they understood what you told them to do or not. It's part of your job. Now, how can we do that? Now, let me tell you here. So, we would say that ICQs need to be, number 1, use them when they're necessary, and number 2, make them specific. So again, one more time. So if we're talking about ICQs, we need ICQs to be used when necessary and to be specific, which means don't just use ICQs in your classroom just for the sake of them. They have to be necessary. You feel that the students, need ICQs here. You feel that as a teacher that you need to check whether they got your instructions or not. Okay? And also they need to be specific. Now, let me clarify a bit more. So, let me give you an example of necessary and specific instructions here. And this is a page from this very nice course book, English Unlimited by Cambridge University Press. Wonderful book. Right, okay, and let's go to page 27, sorry. Okay, what do we have in here? Oh, okay, right. As you see, I've got a passage and I've got a question here. Now let's check this question together and read it. What does it say? Read the article by Judy. Which paragraph? So we have, as you see, 6 paragraphs, and these 6 paragraphs, okay, need to be matched with 3 choices. A are about supermarkets now, B are about shopping in the past, and C, compare shopping in the past and present. Now again, when you look at this as a teacher, and we're talking here about English Unlimited B1, so we're talking here about a low level, right? Again, and the students at this level would need your ICQs, because ICQs here are necessary, especially in an activity like this, right? So, how would you give instructions? Again, as we said before, you need to chest your material, and then you've got, okay, everybody, now we've got this passage here. It has 6 paragraphs, and we have here 3 choices. What I want you to do is to read quickly, match each paragraph to one of these choices. So, are you going to read this slowly or quickly? Okay, yeah, quickly, wonderful. Right, so, and how many paragraphs do we have? 6 paragraphs, lovely, okay, and we're going to match them to? Nice, wonderful, yeah, 3 choices, okay. So, let's do the first one. I want you to read the first paragraph now, and let's see which one will be the answer. Okay, take your time. Then again, what I did here, I showed my students the question, and then again, as a teacher, I felt that there are a lot. I said about 3 things here. I told my students that they would read 6 paragraphs and they would match the 6 paragraphs to the 3 choices up here. And at the same time, I want them to read quickly. So again, after I finished, I asked specific ICQs. Like what? Like I said, are you going to read slowly or quickly? How many paragraphs do we have? And how many options are available? 3. And then, not only this, but I also give them some time, okay, to read the first paragraph, and I will check the answer with them. And a very important thing to do is when you ask ICQs, don't answer your own ICQs. Like, don't say something like, so are we going to read slowly or quickly? Quickly. No, don't do that. Wait for students and get the answer from them. Don't answer yourself. It means nothing when you answer your own ICQs. You're the teacher. Of course you know how to answer your own ICQs. You need students to answer so that you make sure they understood what you've just told them. Thank you so much for watching this video, and you can contact me as usual via the following ways: www.shadi.blog, or write me an email on me@shadi.blog. If you like this video, please do not forget to like, subscribe, leave your comment, and activate notifications. Thank you so much. See you again. Bye bye.